Welcome back to the Talk Up Radio Show, the voice of the Jamaican youth. And today we are the voice of World Radio Day with the Jamaica National Commission for UNESCO. You listen to the voice of your boy Malike, and I'm joined by none other than one of our co-producers,
Kristeena Monteith.
And we've just been having so much fun sharing radio facts as part of the 110th World Radio Day celebrations
that we're celebrating today on Talk Up Radio, powered by the Jamaica National Commission for UNESCO.
Now, your quick radio fact here is, when radio programming started in Jamaica, it was formatted after the BBC, but that was eventually Jamaicanized and evolved until the variety we have today emerged.
Yeah, that's why sometimes we come on the radio, I would say, yeah, Talk Up Radio thing and beer things, and we just talk up all of the
We Jamaicanize it.
Yes, we make it our own because that's what radio allows you to do. Speaking of,
we are now joined by Isabel Viera Bermudez, Advisor for Communication and Information in the UNESCO Kingston Cluster Office for the Caribbean. Buenas tardes, Isabel, or good afternoon, and welcome to Talk Up Radio.
Thank you so much. Buenas tardes a todos. I'm very glad to be here today. Very excited of being joining young people from Jamaica in this program.
Thank you.
All right, Isabel, you've had this amazing career in communications in the Caribbean over decades. From your perspective, how has radio played a role in the development in the Caribbean region?
So I believe that radio has been critical. It's a critical part of Caribbean and also in particular for Jamaica. You can sense that, well, most probably everyone understood from my accent that
right.
I am not Jamaican. So, and I can say that since the very first days that I started living here in Jamaica, I could sense the importance of radio. I could sense how everyone, if you are going in your car, if you are wherever you are, that you could be listening to something, people will be listening to the radio. So I think that it has really a critical role in Jamaicans' life. But you can not only that you can sense this, it's also that you could see it reflected in studies, surveys, and projects that are about radio. So it also has scientific data that can support what I'm saying, that is like something that you can sense. I think it's very important that your radio stations, your programs promote mass education. They promote health issues that are very important for the large public, for Jamaicans in general.
Right.
Also, that you have entertainment programs and you have music, which is so important for Jamaican people, and it's something that, well, for the whole world, it's like a very, very important and enjoyable thing.
I know, Isabel, just appreciating all of what you're saying about even us hearing the Caribbean or Jamaica, but it seems like, every other day you hear that radio and other traditional platforms are dying or dead. Why does UNESCO care so much about radio?
Okay, so radio is still the medium that reaches the wider public in the world. Even that there has been so many advances in technology and everything, radio is the one that is still the one that reaches the most. So, and also radio to be now innovative and to keep current is something that you can carry on with you wherever you go,
right.
Only having your cell phone with you, as I think someone mentioned before in the program. Also, it's nowadays easy to interact with radio through their social media, the social media channels of
right.
the radio stations. I think it's also participative and reachable. So I think that's what UNESCO cares so much about radio, because it still gets to many people, and it's very important. For example, when we have emergency situations, when we have here in the Caribbean hurricanes, for instance, is the way that people can keep informed and that they can also prevent damages from this kind of natural phenomenon.
So we have these amazing sustainable development goals. We call them the SDGs. And I know our listeners hear us here on Talk Up Radio talk about them so often that we're all working towards. And here at Talk Up Radio, we're focused on connecting and amplifying young people who are taking action while using our space to share knowledge, resource, and build capacity for change making. How else can radio be useful in achieving the 2030 agenda?
Okay, you mentioned very important issues, and I would say that you could also use radio to obtain information relevant for the young people and for the country at large as regards of the achievement of these sustainable development goals by your own country. So it's a mean where you could that you could use to make the government responsible for achieving these goals, for advancing the national development plans that are linked also to the sustainable development goals.
Right.
So it's a way where you could keep informed of how is your country doing and what has to be done to achieve those goals, and also to keep in track with your national development plans. In this regard, I would like to mention that specifically for youth, UNESCO has launched a youth campaign on Instagram, UNESCO Caribbean.
Yes.
And this campaign promotes equity, diversity, and inclusion through the voice of young people. Interested young persons can sign up and have the opportunity to be featured with an Instagram takeover on our Instagram channel.
Nice.
Yep, and you can register on our website, on our social media, which is UNESCO Caribbean. So this is also a way of UNESCO of young people being stimulated and to facilitate their participation in national plans to achieve the sustainable development goals in the country.
That is amazing.
Awesome, actually. Well.
So we just want to know some more about what UNESCO Caribbean is doing, across the Caribbean, because we've been talking a lot about the Jamaica National Commission for UNESCO, but we want to know what's going on in general.
Well, so UNESCO has a very strong network of national commissions. So same as we have here in Jamaica, we have national commissions in the other Caribbean countries. National commissions are our main partner in the different countries, and through them we do a similar work than we do here in Jamaica. So, for example, this network is a Caribbean network, so any young people from all the Caribbean countries could register and could take part of this initiative. And we also work with the community radios in other Caribbean countries, and as much as possible we provide capacity building. We assist on the update or the implementation of the national policies that frame the work of radios, and this we do in all these countries from the Caribbean.
That's amazing. It's very much interesting to see that, the same frameworks and policies that we have here, same interest that we have here in investing in radio is being,
canvassed all over
the Caribbean.
I know earlier today we spoke to Abeng Radio about radio's role in community building, culture, and heritage. Then we touched on, a little bit more with them about their history. How do these concepts show up in your work at UNESCO?
We are very proud, I have to say, and congrats to Abeng radio station. The station was born together with UNESCO, so for us it's part of our work and part of also of our heart. I think that it highlights how freedom of expression can be actually implemented here in Jamaica.
Right.
So, because it gives voice to communities that normally might not have a voice as easy, cannot be heard as easy. So, but it's a way and an example for us of freedom of expression, and it's also very important for us that it promotes cultural diversity. So, one challenge that we are now working on, and we would like to have a project on that, is about the sustainability of those radio stations. UNESCO is not a funding agency, but we are trying to find a way of having like innovative ways of making the radio station sustainable. So I do hope that we succeed in this effort, because Abeng Radio is really a very important radio station here in Jamaica.
A model. And what do you want to see in the future for the Caribbean and for radio in general?
Well, I would like to see, as regards to young people, full participation and leadership. So the young people is the driving force of society, and their leadership in media and in particular in radio is very important. So I would like to see that, and I would like to see, well, Jamaica is one of the countries. It's a country in the Caribbean, in the whole Caribbean, that ranks the higher in the Freedom of Expression Index from Reporters Without Borders. So let's keep that good work.
Yes, definitely keep that good work and keep doing the good work you guys are doing, because so much investment, so much energy is being put into radio and community building and participation across the Caribbean. We definitely have to applaud you for that work. Thank you so much for joining us, Isabel.
Thank you.
So that was Isabel Viera Bermudez, advisor for communication and information in the UNESCO Kingston Cluster Office for the Caribbean. We're going to take a break from World Radio Day here on the Talk Up Radio, brought to you by the Jamaica National Commission for UNESCO. Talk Up Youth, Musefi.
Talk up youth.